You see what I mean? If we use the podange instead of the satin, I think we'll get the flow that we're looking for.
Do we have enough fabric in stock? And even if we do...
I know. Can we get the changes before the showing? Dwight, take this down to Thorne and see if you can get... Who's handling that department now?
Well, that depends.
What does that mean?
Well, it's all kind of split up between shipping, production, and procurement. I guess I could make a phone call and find out the best place to start.
Okay, why don't you do that and see if we can get an answer sometime this year. Okay. Randy, that's all for now, but I need you to stand call. 3 different departments do one of the jobs Thorne used to do.
Thorne was very valuable to us.
Yeah, until Darla convinced him he needed to be in the executive suite. Why couldn't she just keep her nose out of it?
Do you think he'd still be working here?
Absolutely. Thorne never needed a big desk and the plaque on the door and all that. That just wasn't what my brother was about. Oh, why did she have to convince him he's something he's not?
Headache.
Oh, the beginnings of one.
Let me see if I can make it feel better. How's that?
Well, it's a little better.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Even better?
Yeah, even a little bit more better, yeah.
Is it gone?
Is what gone?
Rich. You're vibrating.
I know.
What's with Amber?
Amber who?
You left a reminder for yourself about Amber.
Oh, just to check and see how things are going with her moving in.
Moving in where?
With Mother.
Amber moved in with Stephanie. Since when?
Since Mother decided it was easier to catch flies with honey.
Don't tell me she's doing to Amber what she did to me. Lull her into submission by being her best friend, and then she tries to control her every move.
It could keep Amber away from Thomas.
But it could backfire in Stephanie's face.
Oh, Stephanie, that breakfast is fit for a queen. Of course, after eating cold pizza in the morning, I think anything would be good.
Well, I'm glad that you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry Eric didn't stay.
Did he really have a meeting this morning, or was he just trying to avoid his new tenant?
No, he's very happy that you're here. What's that look about?
It's just something Thomas said to me yesterday.
Something Thomas said. Let me see if I can guess. You know, my grandmother is a real witch. And pretty soon she'll have you looking at me like I'm a frog instead of the prince that I am.
Close enough.
Tell you what, no magic wands and no evil potions, fair?
Just a few comments here and there about how wrong we are for each other.
Well, I didn't say that the rent was free, did I?
I'm gonna convince you that Thomas is good for me and that I'm good for him.
Mm-hmm. Have a nice day at the office, dear.
No, seriously, I am. I mean, I'm not saying that we're destined to be together necessarily.
Oh, not necessarily.
I love him. I do. You know, for who he is and what he brings to my life. And whether or not it's gonna work out, you know, I don't really know. You know what? I'm really not that worried about it. You know, I'm not desperate to hold on to him like I was for Rick, and that's a big change for me. You know, and I'm not gonna start panicking at the first sign that he might move on.
Easy to say when the other person is madly in love with you.
I've grown up, okay? I'm more mature. And I recognize that my future and my happiness don't depend on Thomas.
You know what I think? I think your future and your happiness depend on not being with Tom.
I'm gonna convince you. Yeah. But, not today because I'm gonna be late for work.
Amber, what are you doing here?
Hi. I better let your mom explain, otherwise I'm gonna be late for work. Oh, and, I don't want to upset the boss.
She's staying in the guest house for a while.
Ah, found a way to pull her strings, huh?
Am I that transparent?
Only when you want to be.
Honey, this is a sweet surprise. How about some coffee?
No thanks. I don't want to be late either. Actually, I just stopped by to have a word with Dad.
Oh, you missed him.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll catch him at the office then.
Good. He'll be happy about that.
Did he happen to mention anything about our conversation yesterday?
No?
Well, he came by Spectra to give me hell about trying to lure the Jackie M account away.
Did you do that?
Felicia brought Nick over to show him what we have to offer. Now, in my book, that's just good old-fashioned initiative. My dad saw it as another betrayal.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Because it gave us a chance to talk, Mother. Talk like we haven't talked like that since... ever.
Did you make any headway?
I've got him thinking about some things. But of course, he thinks I'm still going to fail.
Well, I'll have a talk with him about that.
Well, it's going to take more than talking, Mother. I have to show him that I have what it takes. And I know just the way to do that.
What have you got in mind?
Well, it came to me in the middle of the night. And the more I thought about it, the more I realized that this is the ultimate solution. A duel.
A fashion duel?
Forrester against Spectra. A showdown on the runway, Mother. It's the only way that I can prove that I can go toe-to-toe with Dad and Rich.
Honey, that's pretty audacious.
Yes, but anything less, they will always look at me as a guy who never measures up.
Oh, honey, that's not necessarily so. A few respectable seasons.
I've been respectable my whole life. I have to do better than that. I am better than that. And I'm going to prove that to Ridge and Dad. But mostly, I'm going to prove it to myself.
Well, it sounds to me as though we're going to have some very intense times these next few months.
Months? I'm talking about right now. Right now. The spring line preview.
Have you lost your mind? That's the day after tomorrow.
We'll be ready.
Thorne?
You don't think I can do it?
I'll root for you 100%.
I don't know about this.
Well, Thorne does, and so do I.
Pitting ourselves against the Forresters right now, that's not middle-of-the-night inspiration. That's temporary insanity.
What's going on with you, Bucky? Yesterday you were all for it. You said we were on the right track.
Yes, we are. But you go down that track too fast. You know what happens? You go off the road, you go into a ditch, you're in the mud, your wheels are spinning, it's getting all over your freshly washed dungarees. You're pushing.
All right. Please, quit extending your metaphors, will you? Let's get back to work.
Yes, and have a little faith, please. Thank you.
Maybe after he sees this, he will. With gowns like this behind us, we are gonna kick some major fashion butt.
Yeah.
That's the best you can do? No, I don't want to compromise. Keep looking. No one can seem to find the podange. But we have plenty of organza if we're interested.
I can see that my first order of business is going to be to reorganize some of these departments. We really miss Thorne's expertise.
Well, I miss him. I miss having my brother around.
Really?
Yeah. It's been a long time since we were able to do all the things we used to do. Just going and getting a beer after work, catching a Lakers game.
You two were good friends.
I've got other friends, obviously, but no one that knows me like he does. All my secrets going all the way back to preschool. Just can't replace somebody like that in your life.
Well, have you told him that?
You should.
We're barely speaking.
Well, that's part of the problem.
Yeah. It's not funny, Megan. Really. Send him in. Speaking of, your ears must have been burning.
I can just imagine what you've been saying about me.
Oh, you'd be surprised. Well, I'm going to leave the two of you alone, unless you think you might need a referee.
We'll be fine.
I hope so.
So what's up? What are you doing here?
Well, I was hoping to get you and Dad in on this together, but he's tied up and I didn't want to wait.
Wait for...
To throw down the gauntlet. I have a challenge for you, Ridge. One that I hope you'll accept. If you're not too afraid.
Our two companies going head to head, huh?
Just like the Portofino challenge, except this time I'll be on Spectra's side.
With what? You and your team have barely had time to sharpen your pencils.
We have the designs. These people have been chomping at the bit to get back on the runway. Ideas are flowing.
Oh, seriously, Thorne, come on. It takes time to hone a team, you know, establish a brand, find out what works. And of course, you'd be going up against the masters.
Well, we're ready to take that chance, Reg.
You'd be committing professional suicide. Dragging our family name through the mud? No, not gonna happen.
Sophia, as always, you wear it well.
Thank you.
Take this work of art down to Bob. Thanks.
Okay.
Okay. All right, gang, it's not that I believe we don't have potential. We do. It just... To go up to the plate for the first time and hit the ball out of the park,
It's been done before.
Well, there's no reason why Spectacle Tour can't be next in line.
I say we go for it.
Amber, come on. You've got to know what preparation it takes to go up against Ridge and Eric and win.
Arguing that is about as likely as Stephanie asking me to move in with her.
You see?
But she did.
What?
Really?
I'm telling you, folks, this is my week for miracles. I'm on a roll.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not too sure about that, honey. You know, it could be that you have just been moved from the frying pan into the fire.
What are you doing here?
Well, good morning to you, too. Are we alone? I understand you have a new house guest. Or should I say, prisoner.
Well, I don't have her shackled to the wall. She can come and go as she pleases.
Except where Thomas is concerned.
I would think this would make you very happy.
I want Amber as far away from Thomas as you do, but I'm not sure this is the way to get it done.
Why is it if I say it's white, you have to say it's black?
Don't you think this tactic of yours is a little extreme?
No, not after she scared the holy out of us yesterday.
What happened yesterday?
Oh, I see. Ridge doesn't tell you everything.
Amber slept with Thomas. I mean, what could be worse than that?
Duh.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. Now, do you understand why I have her here? Why we've got to keep her away from Tom?
Amber, are you actually telling us that Stephanie is suddenly hunky-dory with you and Thomas playing hanky-panky?
Oh, no, she still wants us to break up, yeah.
Well, then I don't understand. I mean, why would you move in there?
Because she has promised to keep an open mind.
Amber, look. I love my mother, and she has a lot of terrific qualities, but open-mindedness is definitely not one of them.
Look, I know you guys have issues, but Stephanie and I, we have a very special relationship. I mean, Clarke, you remember. I mean, when Rick and I first broke up, she practically threw me out of the house, and then when we got back together, she hosted my wedding. This is so great, you guys. I mean, this is my chance to show Stephanie that Thomas and I are the real deal. And when we get her on our side, then everyone's going to start to come around. We're going to have Ridge and Brooke and Eric and everyone. It's going to be great.
Yes, it's going to be so beautiful. Everybody's going to gather around for one big group hug. Oh. Keep dreaming, sweetheart, huh? It's cute. Really.
Thank God it was a false alarm.
Was there ever any doubt? I thought that she couldn't get pregnant.
Well, actually, this is something else the doctor told us. She is quite capable of conceiving.
She lied?
No. You know Amber, she never gets anything straight. When she lost the baby, the doctors told her that she probably couldn't carry another child to full term. She thought that meant she couldn't conceive.
Doesn't mean she wouldn't try.
Why would she do that? She'd put her own life at risk. Of course, that's a situation I wouldn't want either of them in. That's another good reason why we've got to find a way to end this relationship.
I'm just not convinced that this is the way to get that done.
God forbid you'd agree with me.
I was on the other end of a similar plan, remember? Operation Breakup, Brooke and Ridge? And we're all aware of how that turned out.
All right, Brooke, do you have a better idea?
No, I don't. But maybe if we put our heads together...
Why do I have a queasy feeling about this?
Do you want to stop this romance or don't you?
The things I do for the people I love, I'm a saint.
So that means we're going to work together on this?
Okay.
Well, it figures.
What figures?
That you'd back away from a fight.
Oh, give me a break.
Oh, typical bully. Always taking pot shots, but when it comes to duking it out on an even playing field, you run the other way.
An even playing field? Thorne, I've got the advantage here. I'm just trying to save your hide.
Well, I don't want your protection.
You may not want it, but you sure as hell need it.
Oh, go ahead, Ridge. Keep beating me down and building yourself up. Does that make you feel good? Does it make you feel tough?
Now, there's no need to get personal here. It's all just about business and the fact that you're really not ready to run one.
Well, prove it. Accept my challenge.
Maybe I should, just to get you to come to your senses. Why not? You're on. My company against yours. It's a shame, too. You probably could have made a good go of it. Selling your mediocre designs to cut-rate stores. Probably could have made a good living for you and your merry band of misfits. But that wouldn't satisfy this towering inferiority complex of yours now, would it, Thorne? It's become like an obsession. You gotta go for the gold. Duke it out with your big brother. Go for it. Have it your way. A fight to the finish. Only you know what? You're the one who's gonna be finished.